Whenever I open a tech news site these days, it feels like I'm reading science fiction. It's always about artificial general intelligence achieving consciousness, or robots taking our jobs, or some dystopian future where we're all batteries for the machine. But then I look around at my friends, my colleagues, and the reality feels a lot more mundane.
Mundane is the perfect word for it. And actually, that's where the real revolution is happening. It's not in the sci-fi headlines. It's in the boring, messy details of our daily calendars.
Right. So we actually have some hard numbers on this now, don't we? We're looking at data from 2025 that breaks down how human beings, actual normal people, not Silicon Valley engineers, are using these tools. And I have to say, the number one category shocked me.
It shocked a lot of people. If you looked at the data back in 2024, everyone thought AI was just a writing engine. Write me an email, write me a blog post. But in 2025, the biggest bucket, sitting at a massive 30%, is personal and professional support.
30%. That's nearly a third of all usage. And this isn't just Siri, set a timer, right?
Far from it. This is deep integration. We're seeing a shift from using AI as a tool to using it as a life co-pilot. People are dumping their chaotic brains into these systems. They're saying, here's my messy week, organize it. Or, I have a salary negotiation tomorrow. Role play the angry boss with me so I don't freeze up.
That role-playing aspect is fascinating. It's almost like emotional rehearsal.
It gets deeper than that. The data shows people are using it to talk through high-stress emotional situations. And this is the part that gives me pause. Some are even using it to simulate conversations with lost loved ones.
Wow, that hits hard. It's a profound shift. We went from fix my grammar to heal my grief in about 12 months.
Exactly, and that explains why the second category, content creation, actually dropped. It went down from 23% to 18%.
So people are writing less or just writing better?
They're writing smarter. The novelty of generate a generic blog post has worn off. Now, people use it for tone checking. Make this sound less aggressive or make this LinkedIn ready. It's less about generating raw text and more about brainstorming and refining. The human is back in the driver's seat. The AI is just the navigator.
That makes sense. I use it that way. I don't want it to write my script, but I might ask it to find a better word for mundane.
Precisely. And then you have the steady performers. Learning and technical assistance are both sitting right at 16%.
The explain like I'm 12 phenomenon.
The ultimate private tutor. This is huge for neurodiverse learners or anyone trying to decode complex jargon. And on the tech side, it's interesting. People stopped asking AI to write basic Excel formulas because they realized they could just do it faster themselves. But they are using it to debug code or explain why their API just crashed.
So we're seeing a maturity curve. We're figuring out what the tool is actually good at versus what the ads told us it was good at. But here is the friction point, and I want to get your take on this. We are integrating this thing into our grief, our calendars, our learning. So we must love it, right?
You would think. But the sentiment data tells a completely different story.
This is the Pew Research study?
Yes. And this is the paradox. While usage is skyrocketing, anxiety is keeping pace. 50% of adults are more concerned than excited. Only 10% are actually excited.
That is a staggering gap. 5 to 1, concern versus excitement. Yet 95% of us know about it, and 3/4 of us are willing to use it. It's like we're all getting into a car we're pretty sure is going to crash.
Or a car we don't trust the driver of. The survey showed a clear split. We trust AI with data, weather, fraud detection, finding patterns in financial crimes. We love that. But when it comes to the human stuff, hiring, mental health, relationships, the trust falls off a cliff.
But wait, you just said the number one use case is personal support. We don't trust it with our humanity, yet we are privately using it to manage our lives.
That's the tension of 2025. Publicly, we say, this is risky, this is dangerous for society. Privately, at 11 p.m. when we're stressed about a presentation or lonely, we turn to the bot. We are outsourcing our executive function to a system we are fundamentally suspicious of.
It's almost like a secret vice.
In a way. And look at the creativity bucket, about 11%. People are using it to write Dungeons and Dragons campaigns or figure out what to cook for dinner based on what's in the fridge. It's playful. But that playfulness is happening against a backdrop of genuine societal fear.
It makes me wonder where this goes next. If we continue to lean on it for the thinking parts of our day, structuring decisions, analyzing pros and cons, which is about 9% of usage right now, do we lose the ability to do that ourselves?
That's the philosophical question, isn't it? If AI is the life co-pilot, at what point do we forget how to fly the plane? The data suggests people still want a human in the loop. They want the AI to spot the pattern, but they want a human to make the call.
For now.
Right for now. But as that personal support number climbs, as the AI knows our schedule, our weaknesses, and our emotional triggers better than our spouses do, the line between assistant and decision maker gets very blurry.
It's a fascinating, slightly terrifying place to be. We're building a relationship with an entity that doesn't care about us, but that we increasingly can't function without.
We're dancing with a partner that has perfect rhythm but no heartbeat.
A partner with perfect rhythm but no heartbeat. That is a haunting image to leave us with. We've looked at the numbers, and they show a world that is fully adopted, yet fully anxious. I guess the question for our listeners is, when you open that chat window today, are you using a tool or are you training your replacement?
That's the question.
Thanks for breaking this down with me.
Anytime.